The Supreme Court is set to hear an appeal concerning the country's asset recovery framework. This follows a decision by the Court of Appeal to grant the Director of Public Prosecutions leave to challenge its earlier ruling. This is in a case involving the forfeiture of funds tied to unlicensed foreign exchange trading. National Prosecution Authority Public Relations Officer Charlie Hambai says the case is the issue of how non-conviction-based forfeiture should be applied in financial crime cases, particularly those involving offenses like money laundering and illegal foreign exchange trading. Ms. Hambai says while such forfeiture is a powerful tool for recovering assets connected to criminal activities, it also raises concerns about ensuring the protection of fundamental rights. In a statement today, Ms. Hambai says this case offers the Supreme Court a chance to clarify important aspects of asset recovery law, particularly in cases where forfeiture is pursued without a criminal convictions. In its ruling, the Court of Appeal observed that non-conviction-based forfeiture, though a valuable tool, remains a complex and evolving area of law that requires careful judicial oversight. Now, in the studio, to give us an overview with the corruption fight, we are now joined by Margaret Chitundu, Director, Asset Forfeiture Department at the National Prosecutions Authority, NPA. Good evening and welcome to the news desk.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me.
So we've laid an elaborate foundation of what the law is about, the case is about, but would like you to just generally speak to the law on forfeiture.
All right. So the law on forfeiture is, and the case which you've just cited is a very exciting case for us. It's very profound. It's a big win, not only for the state, but for the judiciary as well, for the defense and for justice and the asset recovery regime as well. Asset recovery is a very potent tool in which to fight crime because we are saying we're taking the proceeds out of crime and disrupting crime. Because if you well know, the reason why people commit these offenses and crime is for the money. So traditionally we were fighting crime, but we're not winning because we're going for long jail sentences and leaving the money. But now it has changed because we are now going for the money because that is what is at the heart of crime. So when we take away the money, we are really disrupting crime and we are hitting the criminals where it hurts most. I know many times it has been misunderstood that the DPP is going for non-conviction-based forfeiture at the risk of not doing the criminal aspects, but that's not the truth. The law on forfeiture is that non-conviction-based forfeiture, the burden of proof is lower. So even when we fail in a criminal prosecution, we can still apply for a non-conviction-based forfeiture and win. So it's really, really important too because the burden of proof is lower. It's on a balance of probabilities, and those are the arguments we were arguing in the case you've just cited. So it really, really is a good case for us to go all the way to the Supreme Court and let the Supreme Court decide. Let the Supreme Court say something so that when we going forward, we can have a clear cut view on what is the position on the law of forfeiture. So it is really, really a very big win for us, the Nathan Imbaya case. Now, Margaret,
do you have a catalogue of the significant forfeited properties, and if you do, would you be able to share the net worth of those that have been forfeited?
Yes. So we have forfeited we've made over 100 applications in the courts of law, and we have only lost 2 so far. So we have over 900 million kwacha in forfeited assets. We have over 100,000 forfeited real property. We have over 120 vehicles which have been forfeited, and we have all these statistics, and we could be able to share when asked.
What about a catalogue of your cases, and in terms of appeal, where are they at? How many cases are we looking at so far?
So far we have a number of cases which are at appeal. The ones which are in the Court of Appeal are 4. We have 4 cases at appeal, including the one which has been talked about today.
Okay. And so what is the NPA's resolve in terms of the asset recovery? We know that one step that you have taken already is to appeal so that the Supreme Court can pronounce it. Any other strategies that you're embarking on at present?
So the strategy the NPA has taken is to really go after the money, forfeit as many assets as we can, go after the money and disrupt crime. Many of us place premium on an aggravated robbery who goes and steals from a house, and we say there's a violent crime. But the robber who has stolen is not compared to a person who steals millions of kwacha sitting at his desk. So many of us do not care about that one who has sat on the desk and has diverted millions of funds to his money. But the crime and the effect he has on the economy is far more reaching than the aggravated robbery. So the NPA is trying to show and sensitize members of the public that when we go for the assets, when we go for the money, we are actually effectively fighting crime more than we are fighting that one robber who's only attacked the house. Because with the one who's diverted millions of funds, they're taking away the money which we could build schools, which we could build hospitals. As we speak, there are millions and hundreds of pregnant women who are dying as they are giving birth because there's no health facilities. We have children who are being married off because there are no schools for them to go to. We don't have social amenities. We don't have places where children can go and do rehabilitation. So all this is because there are people who've chosen to enrich themselves at the benefit of many Zambians. So the issue is that let's take away the money from those few and give it back to the millions of Zambians so that we can all benefit and we can have a better economy than we have now.
Margaret, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.